72 hours without your phone. You have to disconnect, apparently, to reconnect.
When we're like too stick with our phones, we start like growing apart, you know?
Memories like this, you only get them once. Hey, my name is Brian Moncada. This is my wife, Jennifer Moncada. We've been together for 6 years. We just celebrated our 6-year anniversary in July. And the reason why we're here in Medellín is because my wife's originally from Bogota. But once we had our daughter, she's almost 14 months and 2 days, we realized that we wanted to have a better quality of life, and Medellín would allow us to be able to do that, plus allow me and my daughter to get dual citizenship. So that's why we're here.
My name is Jennifer Moncada. We've been together since 2020, literally before pandemic hit the world. And we got married super quick, 3 months later of meeting each other. And since then, we made the commitment of being together, basically. And we have a beautiful 14-month daughter. And the reason why we are here in Medellín is because, well, I'm from Bogota, I'm Colombian. The first time we came here to visit in Medellín back in 2021, we fell in love of Medellín. And we did, well, he did say it, that was so funny. He did say that I can see us living here. And I thought it was a joke because I was like, I just got out of Colombia, I was in the US, you know, so I was like, I don't see myself going back to Colombia, but here we are. And it has been quite a journey and amazing decision as well. When he told me that he wanted to join a founders community here in Medellín, I was interested, to be very honest, because I was like, wait a second, so you're telling me that there's more people like us here in Medellín, you know, like there's already a community unfolded here, and it's so cool. I was not skeptical or something like that. I was like very curious. I was like, how does that work? Is it like people already living in Medellín, or is it just people like visiting Medellín? And what's the community look like? Well, I noticed that everybody is like going through like a similar path in their life, even though like they have different businesses, different like maybe like different markets or whatever that they are, but they're going through something similar. And that something similar is like, maybe they need more clarity in their life. Maybe they need more community in their life. Maybe they need more love in their life. So it has been very, very nice to see that part of like, to be very vulnerable is okay, you know, because sometimes you grow up thinking that you shouldn't show your feelings or you shouldn't share too much with people. And here is just different. Not at all, not at all. This community actually join more the family, and I really want to take a minute to appreciate Thomas for even inviting us, because I have been joining Brian to different masterminds around the world, and it has been good, but it's such like a different experience because it's sometimes it's like something that I'm learning from. I'm like, okay, cool, this is like entrepreneurship, this is like right, but this is a different type of retreat. This is more, it has been actually helped us to get more in depth with our conversations, because sometimes when we're like too stick with our phones or the job work or computers, whatever it is, technology, sometimes we distance ourselves, you know, and taking that distance from ourselves, we start like growing apart, you know. So I feel like this made us have that opportunity to just like be back together and ignore like distractions or whatever it is and communicate more to each other. No, it has been amazing. It has been amazing. Not only that, but being able to welcome our daughter to it, you know, like she's been around and everybody's like, she's so cute, she's so adorable. Like that's also beautiful to create that type of memories all together, you know, because it's not like, oh, it's only us. No, it's like all the family together. So that's nice. And yeah, I mean, for this experience, I really been very appreciative of having it.
Yeah, so this experience, what was it like so far as a couple without the phones? No, it's been beautiful. I mean, I'll go first. Obviously, like my wife said earlier, it's hard when you're in the day-to-day grind and the routine, especially when you're running a business, also trying to make time for your family. And then not only that, but take care of a child too, which is our daughter, to have time to spend together to really connect with each other and to go back to what it used to be like before when you first started dating, right? And so this experience has allowed us to be connected again, you know, and it's funny because you have to disconnect apparently to reconnect, which is what this allowed us to do. and also be able to appreciate each other, have more in-depth conversations, and even just be able to realize like, hey, everything's good, you know, like
Exactly.
you almost have to disconnect to realize like you've already done so much and you have so much to be appreciative for. But it's sometimes easy to forget that because you're just in your normal routine, you're scrolling on your phone, and you know, you're doing the things, but you're not really there sometimes, at least for me.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes we pass too much time in our heads, and I feel like in this like retreat we have been able to be more intentional with even with our goals, you know, in the next future. We've been like more in tone, you know, like both of us are like in the same wave or like in the same frequency, you know, of like, you know, what do we want? Because we haven't had this conversation like since the baby arrived. So we haven't talked about like, yeah, we decided to live here, to move to Medellín, but what else? Like what's next for us?
Yeah, like that
know?
was the goal before, and we're here, and then there really isn't the next plan, the next step, the next intention, the next why. And funny enough, now that we're here, like we're starting to talk about that again, and we're getting clear on where we want to go next, and it's been fun to dream and visualize again of like, okay, cool, now what, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Just because sometimes being like a partner of an entrepreneur, sometimes you think that you have to see them like very strong and very decisive, like very, I don't know, not too raw, you know, like not too expressive sometimes, or not too emotional. So yeah, I feel like we have shared more depth conversation of maybe like our, I don't know, like our childhood, you know, and that made me realize, okay, we can definitely fix this. This is something that we can improve as together as a team, you know. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I would say on top of that, to add to what my wife just said, it's allowed us to just start having more in-depth conversations, because these are the conversations that I believe most people avoid, especially because it's hard, you know, you don't make time to have these conversations. You're not in the right environment to have these conversations because again, it's just the normal routine you're doing. But having a retreat like this to experience what we've experienced and be able to be given the instructions, given the challenge, given the questions to ask each other, and then sharing that with each other without phones is just like, you know, you just have time to talk and connect. I'll talk about yesterday too, when we were playing Capture the Flag. It was very fun for me to see my wife playing as well, because it just felt like we were kids again. Like I just felt like I was like a kid playing for the first time in years and just having fun. And to see my wife also like alongside, like obviously she's on a different team, we were competing against each other, but it was fun to be able to have that experience and see her in a different light again as like, oh, we're just kids. Like we really are just big kids, and we really should just be playing. And that's the whole point of life. And so that reminder was really good, because it just made me realize like, hey man, there's not so much stuff that you're worried about. Like stop worrying about so many things. Like everything's gonna be fine, just have fun. And so that's been a huge reminder for the both of us.
For a spouse that's like maybe thinking too much or is skeptical of like why you should join this, I mean, look, there's some decisions that you have to make in life, and one of them is join a community. I've always feel that being part of a community definitely help you to get more skills, to be like more social, to get out of your comfort zone. Like there's so many like benefits of joining a community. And I've been able to meet like a lot of people here, different parts of the world even, and it has been so good. And they're so welcoming of also kids and spouses, because sometimes as a +1, you can almost feel like, oh, +1 over here, you know, not this one. This one is like, no, everybody's gonna go and do the same activity. Everybody's doing like having time all together, you know. It's not like over here the wives and over here, you know. So that's been something that I really enjoy.
Yeah, so for the founder who says, my family comes first, I don't have time to be a part of a community, I mean, the reality is you're gonna need time away from your family at times as well. And that's gonna help you grow a deeper bond and relationship with your family. You know, I have the most appreciative and gratitude and, you know, joy for the family that I have, because sometimes I'm away from them and it makes me miss them. It has me appreciate them more. And more importantly, for this community specifically, you know, the way it's set up and the way Thomas has designed it for the EntreHouse is there's a specific dads group in the community. And that for me has been huge, because one of the reasons why we moved to Medellín was to build a community, and to have a community already being built here with entrepreneurs who are just like me that also have wives and have families has just been a shortcut to have a better quality of life. So to have your family and spend time with them, bring them in the community, have them join the community with you, so that way you can spend time with them like we are here at this retreat, because it's the best place to create memories and be able to meet other entrepreneurs who are also thinking the same as you. Yeah, so I would say the thing that this community has given us, specifically for our family, more friends, for sure. More connections, because the thing is like, my wife said this earlier, but like for me, when I was always going to masterminds and events and traveling for myself, for my business, it's very easy for me to find friends, but you know, sometimes maybe she would feel more isolated. But again, like I just said, you know, this community has partners, has wives, has daughters, kids, like, and it's all helping us grow relationships. Like I just got done speaking to Cameron, who's engaged, you know, and he's getting married next year, and he wants to start having kids soon. And he wants to potentially move to where we live right now. And I'm like, oh dude, come over, bring your fiance, let's have lunch, get to see the house. And like, I just met him this weekend for the very first time, and I already feel like him and I are gonna have a relationship for the next few years. So friends, network, community, memories, which is the biggest thing. And this is the reason why I like working with Thomas so much, is because he thinks the exact same thing as me. It's why I have my own mastermind too, because the memories you make on this life are what matter the most at the end of the life. Like, not the money, it's what the money gets you. And that's the memories you're allowed to create with your family. Like this weekend is gonna create that memory for us that we're gonna be able to have, because now we're clearer on what our next chapter looks like, because we've had a time away from our phones to disconnect and then reconnect with each other to be able to say, oh man, this is so powerful. So that's...
I think another thing is that like this retreat gave us like, well, that opportunity to connect more and to speak about like the future and everything, but also to appreciate, to be very grateful for what we've been doing, what we have been, like our outcomes and everything. So yeah, I feel like there's just so many benefits. Another one is that I really like this retreat, that it was like no business talk, you know, intentionally no business talk, and like no, what's your business? What do you do? You know, what do you do for work? What do you do for a living? So I like that too, because you're getting to know people more in personal level. And that's how you make better connections, I feel. Yeah,
like I haven't talked about business once. I haven't even told anybody what I do. And it doesn't really matter, because everyone I relate to has been amazing that I've talked with. And the other thing the community has done for our family is just given us the instant community that, again, like I said, we were looking to build ourselves when we first moved here. And I would say, you know, it's hard to find, one of the reasons why I love Medellín so much, which is why we moved here and then gratefully found this community, is everyone here, although they're making really good money, some of the people I've met here are making way more money than like other industries and mastermind events I've ever been to, like in the United States, right? But they're still some of the most humble, polite, you know, just really welcoming people you'll ever meet. And you would never expect them to be making the money they're making, because the quality of people in this community is not about that. It's about who you are really and the journey we're on. So I think that's one of the been the biggest refreshers of this. Yeah, for sure. Definitely been worth it, 100%. Yeah, I would come back again, easily. It's gonna be, this is technically one word, but it's technically two words. No ego. Inviting. For some reason, the word that's coming to me is peaceful. You know, I don't have to worry about showing up. I don't have to worry. Those are the three words. I could explain them, but yeah.
For me, three words that I can describe the retreat will be trust, raw or authentic, and connection.
Yeah, I would just say, if you're, for whatever reason, watching this because you didn't come, or you want to come, but you're worried about not having your phone for a couple of hours of your life, I would tell you to let go of that immediately, as we've learned this weekend, because that's just an emotion you're feeling because you're afraid to probably let go of what you're holding on to that you probably shouldn't be. And this time away from our phones has been completely refreshing. I've already made a commitment personally to delete social media off my phone for this exact reason, because I know that memories like this, you only get them once. And when you wake up to the reality that you don't and won't live forever, these are what all that matters, then you'll realize that that 72 hours, however long it is without your phone, is just
Yeah.
a glimpse of your life that you'll forget, but more importantly, you'll remember if you're here and you're present. So I would say if that's what's keeping you from being here, or that's why you didn't come, do yourself a favor and come and get rid of your phone.